once every 3.5 years.
The other day, it was yesterday. I was casting the TL Open with Andre, and I started to do math on stream. And I was like, oh god, I better not do this. But then I nailed it. I did perfect math.
Oh.
I like square rooted 372.
Yeah,
on stream. It was amazing. I don't know how I did it.
I think actually it went down to like 3 guys beating each other 2-1 and you figuring it out for half an hour. Like,
No, man, I got it. I was like, oh, Roddy would be so proud of me.
I'm going to look up the VODs and we'll see if this is true or not.
It's true, man.
Some things are just too good to believe, man. Because I really feel I'm not useful anymore the day you learn how to do basic math.
Oh.
Because I feel that's why I'm your sidekick.
That adding and subtracting, that's hard stuff, man.
Alright guys, we have Fnatic NightEnD being our red Romanian Protoss player spawning on the right top side here on Antigua Shipyard. And EG's ThorZaIN 1 win away from making it into the wildcard. And the wildcard also means that he still has chances alive to make it to Toronto. This is not all the Starcraft we have for you two guys today as well. We're going to have Red versus the Muslim. The winner is going to be a round further. The loser has to play against the winner of this whole 3-way tiebreaker. So, are we going to broadcast that today as well? No, that's not today.
No. That will actually be broadcast tomorrow.
Ooh, so that's pretty close as well. And then also, last but not least, we're going to have some sick PvP for you guys between Hero and Puzzle.
You finally get to cast a PvP, Kev. I can't believe it.
Me neither.
9 weeks of gameplay, you've gotten 0 PvPs to cast. It's like cruel and unusual punishment. Kevin, the only guy in the world that enjoys watching PvP, hasn't gotten to watch any for the past 9 weeks.
It wasn't that bad, but yeah, most of them. Sometimes I was really excited, and it's like, oh yeah, Hazu vs Hero is postponed until tomorrow, so Andre and Frodan will cast it. I was like, okay. It's like the sad okay face.
Okay.
Okay. NightEnD once more is not gonna. Don't think he's gonna drop the Nexus yet. I love the quick wall off by ThorZaIN. Even if you have nothing to hide, man, it's just those few seconds of a Protoss play where you are insecure. It's like, is he really going to expand, or if it's actually something funky? And certainly certain builds, which actually is sort of common on Antigua Shipyard, is the 3 Hellion, 8 Marine and a Medevac build, and I think that's personally a build that's very, very hard to defend when you go for any sort of fast expand build. At least I think it's hard to deal with it properly.
It's tough, man. It's very difficult to split up your army. I mean, especially like in the limited amount of time I've spent off racing as Protoss, like in the early phases of the game, you just have so few units, and it is so hard to say, all right, I'm going to leave half of you here and half of you there and hope for the best. Because, I mean, if you misallocate that little spread of units and there's a fight somewhere, you're going to lose everything.
I think this is going to be very nice for ThorZaIN. NightEnD is going to try to peek in over here. Obviously, he won't be able to do much with the Zealot and the Stalker. But the fact that the bunker is all the way over here still leaves NightEnD in the dark. NightEnD is still on the way. Oh, what are you doing, NightEnD? That's so much damage.
The Zealot to confirm the command center.
Okay, this is kind of what I want to say, because I know that NightEnD is a paranoid Protoss player. He really, really wants to make sure that the command center is actually there. Some Protoss players, they don't worry all that much. They figure out, well, doesn't really change much what I see right now. I'm still going to go with whatever I want to go. But NightEnD really wants to get that confirmation that the command center is there. And that's why ThorZaIN was just able to pick off a Zealot, just for the simple fact that the command center is so far away from the ramp. For instance, on Shakuras, there's no way that NightEnD would have ever lost that Zealot, because he would have signed it straight away.
Yeah. But NightEnD, just covering all of his bases, does see that command center, and unless ThorZaIN floated his main CC to his natural, he is definitely taking an expansion.
Only Puma would do those mind games. That's the way that Puma is going to bring 1-1-1 back to fashion.
Floats the command center down to the natural. It's like, okay, he's gone CC first, and the next thing you know, it's the all-in coming.
Oh god,
that would be so sick, man.
Puma is once more going to be the best TVP player in the world.
I like the MVP mind games. He like takes 2 SCVs and just hides them, so it's like, oh god, I'm getting proxy.
Oh
no!
He's paying attention.
Yeah, does watch. Takes a small little burst on the shields, but no real damage taken. ThorZaIN just darting in and out. He's on double racks right now, producing Marines off of the reactor barracks, and of course getting stim off that other one. You think he's going to go for a small push?
Yeah, the start is the same as in the previous game, but this time he's going to follow it up with a starport. So no ghosts this time for ThorZaIN. I love how he's switching up his playstyle. That's very important when you play against PvT as well. Certainly because I know that most Terran players have quite some troubles right now with Pro Tools. But then mixing up your playstyle and just throwing him off a little bit, don't make the Protoss feel too comfortable about knowing what he's going to face, is really important in the entire process.
I'm really pleased with NightEnd's play, man. He's paying close attention to his units. He's not losing anything. Going straight up to Colossus once again. A nice safe opening. Oh, and he does this time take a burst on that Stalker, but still only shield damage being taken.
Yeah, took a little bit of damage, but no biggie. We see the robotics base on the way, Ben. As you said, he's once more going to try to open up with Colossus. But this time we're going to see Starport opening from ThorZaIN, so it's going to play out a little bit different. And I do think there's going to be this small window which ThorZaIN could potentially hit, where NightEnD is going to have to do a very good job at splitting up his army. Maybe force you the ramp and have a few Stalkers in the main base, because those two medevacts are going to be out pretty early. We're going to have Stim, and we all know if Protoss takes 10-15 probe losses, then it's pretty much curtains for Protoss. Certainly with this third command center already in the way. So NightEnd's going to have to defend well, but NightEnd loves to defend. We know that's what he feels comfortable at. As long as he sees things coming and as long as he knows what to face, he's pretty damn good at defending.
He's a very sit back and we'll see kind of player. And that's all he's doing just at the moment. ThorZaIN may be playing to that, knowing NightEnd's style a little bit, getting that very fast third command center. NightEnd will scout it with this observer.
Going to spout these both refineries as well, so ThorZaIN's going to have a pretty decent gas income from now. But then he's also going to realize that ThorZaIN probably outmined him quite a bit up to this point. Take a look at the army supply. We see 37 for ThorZaIN, and yes, that's an army with Stim. +1 is almost ready as well. By the time everything is on the other side of the map.
Oh no, Stalker took a wrong turn and takes a lot of damage. Ends up getting taken out.
Stim is doing well.
Stim's just a handful of Marines there.
I'm super surprised that NightEnd is already dropping this Nexus, Ben.
Yeah, trying to take a little bit of a risk there after seeing the third command center, and if ThorZaIN sees it, and of course he will see it, look at this guy, Usain Bolt, stims and runs in there and says, oh, command center or Nexus spotted.
Oh, but instead ThorZaIN's going to drop the main, but NightEnd still had his Stalkers there. Actually, he only has he has 6 Stalkers. That should be enough.
Man, he is really spreading these units out.
I don't understand, because ThorZaIN could just literally expand this Nexus, attack this Nexus and kill it.
The observer was very well positioned on top of those medevacs, so NightEnd is at least aware that ThorZaIN wants to drop, but upon seeing that, stimming and killing that observer, I'm sorry, scanning and killing that observer, ThorZaIN might just poke up here and take out this Nexus.
How crazy is this that NightEnd dropped that expanse and is still able to protect all 3 bases at once?
How crazy is it that ThorZaIN doesn't commit to anything?
Yeah.
Like, surely if he had gone immediately, he would have been able to cancel this Nexus.
No, I feel that he waited a little bit too long. NightEnd still has these 6 Stalkers, so I wouldn't upload units and drop them in the main base. He's not going to do that. ThorZaIN right now just containing NightEnd a little bit. We can see the third orbital is already in its place. But yeah.
ThorZaIN is going to go for it up into the main base, unloads those units, and there's a lot of Stalkers here. And I don't know that ThorZaIN's going to do that much damage, but I don't think he wants to do that much damage. It's just a diversion, Kev. The Nexus taking huge damage in the third base, and beautiful snipe there by ThorZaIN. He's going to lift up and get out of there, losing only 2 Marines.
So ThorZaIN took his time, but that was very, very well calculated. Beautiful play here by the Swedish
These 2 Marines. Where were they? They were behind enemy lines, Kev.
And they're going to make it way back. Well, I don't even know what kind of medal I should give him.
Where did they come from? Give them a purple heart and...
I think they were part of the the drop, and then the medevac kind of had to leave. He lost one of the 2 medevacts. I was looking at that because I really wanted to know if he would have lost one of those 2 medevacts. But during all that, he went for the multi-prong aggression. Beautiful play by ThorZaIN, but he also did end up losing quite a few units there.
NightEnd's response is going to be to counterattack, and it could be a good one. He's got 53 supply, but it's a scary 53 supply. 2 Colossi, a few sentries. ThorZaIN's got only Marine Marauder. Well, I should
as soon as those Colossus die, those Colossus are in kind of a tricky position right now. Already taking a few Viking hits. Force Field's going down.
Force Field's trapping a couple of NightEnd's own Stalkers. ThorZaIN's taking a big supply lead, Kev.
ThorZaIN is playing this so well. He's just doing everything right.
He really is, and he's playing so fast, cruising along.
Those were the 2 Marines, man.
Man, what happened to No Man Left Behind? Maybe they can come back as a zealot.
And they told me it was over after this mission.
Do you think when you die, you can be reincarnated as a different race's unit? Like if you're a Marine, could you come back as an immortal?
No, maybe you get reincarnated by the unit that you were killed by.
Like if you're a medevac and you get shot down by a queen, you come back as like a defiler?
Yeah, I guess that's very well possible, Ben. I don't know what I can say about this.
Listen, I believe in reincarnation. We've been through this.
Yes.
I was a fighter pilot.
No, I don't want to hear it.
Man. I was the Red Baron.
I don't want to hear this story
It's a
again.
true story.
I don't want to hear it.
I was.
Stop sharing.
No, my mom tells me this story all the time. When I was a little kid, when I was like 3 years old, I would tell her about how I got shot down flying my fighter plane in the war.
Yes.
And I would explain the plane in vivid detail, and
when you were 3 years old.
Yeah, and then when I was like 5, I stopped telling those stories because I don't know. I just it just like phased out of my brain. But
All
it's
right,
true, man. I was the Red Baron.
We see a lot of upgrades. I'm just going to ignore this story from now on. We see a lot of upgrades going down for NightEnD. Hallucination and 2-2 upgrades are on the way as well. But the main problem is this army of ThorZaIN in the middle of the map. This is a substantial Terran army. 11 Vikings, 12 Marauders, 45 Marines.
It really is.
I love this Terran army, Ben, and I feel kind of worried about the Protoss army on the other side. There's a 40 supply deficit.
4 Colossi in the army. They have the potential to do some serious damage, but with this many Vikings out, it's going to be hard.
See another drop going on in the main base of NightEnD as well, and there's not a single unit in the main base of NightEnD.
Oh,
this is going to hurt.
Yeah, a couple of Zealots going to be warped in, but I don't think there's any charge.
Nope, there's not.
Which means they're going to have a hard time just closing the gap, and they're going to hit this Marauder, and he's going to live forever. Man. You never pick a fight with the big kid, Kev. It's just not a good idea.
Oh, look. And he's even protected. Big kid has protection.
Yep. A couple probes going to get picked off here. ThorZaIN just making the most of this drop. He's going to let everything die. He says these guys have done their job. Maybe they'll come back as Colossi.
Or the Red Baron. Oh, Colossus being hallucinated. That's going to help out quite a bit. ThorZaIN does not have true vision here, or doesn't have detection.
Oh, but as it happens, he's picking off all of the actual Colossi. ThorZaIN somehow just knows. And every unit does melt away. NightEnd's entire army evaporating. Vikings going to be landed. This third base is definitely going to fall. Beautiful, very well executed play here by ThorZaIN. Multi-pronged aggression all game long. Macroing like a champ. His money never getting up over 1,000. Excellent play here from ThorZaIN.
Forward blink into all these Tim Marauders. That can't end well. He had a few Zealots as well, but these Marauders have way too much DPS for this Protoss army to deal with. NightEnD says GG, well played, and ThorZaIN wins this 3-way tiebreaker.
Excellent play by ThorZaIN, not dropping a single map. He's going to go on to play against the loser of Rhett versus the Muslim. That's the game that we're going to cast next.
And that's going to be a really big one, guys. That's a classic as well. These two guys have been friends for a very long time, have played against each other in a ton of tournaments, and now they are in a very important best of 3. The winner of that advances a round. The loser gets 1 round earlier in the bracket, so that means that the loser has to play ThorZaIN. And if you lose against ThorZaIN, Ben, it's also over.
Yep. So
a little deja vu, a little trivia. In season 2 of the NASL finals, the Muslim had a very good season, but he had to play against the winner of the open bracket, which was ThorZaIN. And ThorZaIN defeated the Muslim 3-0 in the first round of the playoffs.
Oh man, the Muslims had a great season here. He definitely wants to. Oh, whoa, this just in. Me in my previous life. Look, that kind of resembles me a little.
That guy looks very Russian, man. I don't know.
He was German, fighter pilot in World War I. That was me in a previous life.
I'm glad that you're so proud of your previous life as a fighter pilot, man.
I
was probably like a human rights activist.
No, man, you started PETA in a previous life.
What?
PETA.
What is that?
PETA's like the people that like are all animal rights activists.
Well, no, that's possible.
So like you're the person that like runs into stores that sell fur coats and like splashes red paint on them.
Yes, I would do it. Oh, I don't know. All right, guys, we're gonna take a small commercial break and then we'll be right back with Red versus the Muslim. Stay tuned. I'm excited. Ben, you excited?
I'm always excited.
All right, we'll be right back.